Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You are on the Now Watch Show, and I am your host, Wisdom Godwin. Right here, I have my guest with me.
I am Vicky Ukum.
Yes, and we are both saying that we have seen Shege. Or we have what? We have seen Shege. We're going to be talking about acting on impulse and being misinterpreted. Yes. If you've acted on impulse, how did you feel like?
I would say I've acted on impulse a whole lot, even right from when I was younger.
Mm.
I just, okay, that was when I was about 5 years old.
Yeah.
I really this is very, very funny. I just pray my elder brothers and sisters.
He's gonna say surely. I think I'm going to search for the guy on.
If it does, you'll definitely remember. It was very funny experience.
Okay.
Okay, we're seated at a yard, and he bought. There's this peanut that was there that year, burger peanut. When he bought it, he shared amongst us, and I was the youngest, the smallest. He gave me about 5. I quickly stuffed everything in my mouth.
Okay.
I finished it and everyone was still eating. I stretched my hand, I didn't even ask politely. I just stretched my hand.
Okay.
Another one. I was like, it has finished. Immediately, I knocked my other brother up till date. I knocked him. I was like, did I just? Everybody was shocked. I was like,
Yeah.
You knocked him.
But I would like to share this one experience I had. There was a day, okay, where we're living, there's a filling station close by. You get like 5 minutes work from the filling station. And then I was actually doing something when we found out that the filling station is on fire. You get the is it the fuel station? Thank you. I love saying feeling. I don't know why, but anyways, so it was on fire.
We have lots of feelings.
We have the feelings, I swear. So it was on fire, and then you're expecting me to like calm down and just try to see how the situation goes. On impulse, I took off with my kid bro, and then we ran. You get, and then you know the part that shocked me. We went to a fence that's like around this, and you're expecting me to maybe try to climb. Oh, I don't know what happened, and I actually just jumped the fence without having to struggle because I'm this kind of person that I don't have strength. I don't like stress, so I just jumped the fence and I looked back and I was like, oh wow.
So I was like, what sort of force used to come upon someone in that moment?
No, but it's also principalities and power.
No, leave that side. Let's not go into the astral realm.
We're talking about impulse and the effects and how often we get misinterpreted. Okay, so now coming to misinterpretation, how often have you been misinterpreted?
A whole lot. I can remember astounding ones, both at home and in school. A whole lot. Even on social media, when I create a content, I get a lot of misconceptions about what I put out there. Okay, outside an instant, this one never leaves. It lives rent free in my head. I don't know if it was a trap or something, but I fell for it because it was so hard. Like I don't know.
Okay, I don't know why when I hear hard, I'm now thinking about love.
Hey, wait. God, I beg go. God, I beg go.
Because that's the only thing that is hard in Nigeria. Finding love.
Finding love is hard. Nigerian parents. When your mother is talking to you,
you don't talk
back.
But
you don't talk back is a problem. You talk back,
that's the point.
A problem.
You don't talk back. That she's like, I'm talking to you and you're not answering me.
You're not answering me.
In a dialect and they me. And they me. I'm making for me.
So it happened this day that my dad was given meat. My father being my father, he carried the meat to his room and hid it somewhere for a long time. When they brought the meat went bad, maggot and all those things. So my mom was like, this meat will not go wasted. African home, sha. We're going to wash this meat. We'll prepare it.
Put salt. Try to bring it back to form. Try to bring the dead dry bones alive.
Thank you, my sister. So they did it, and the first water, now you know that first water really smelled bad. When they gave the pot with the first water they used to wash everything, they gave it to me to go and dispose of it.
Yeah.
And immediately I was like, what is this? I wasn't talking to anybody. Nobody.
Okay.
Mom was like, what did you say? If I had known better that day, I would have just kept quiet and carried the pot. I was like, Mommy, this thing is smelling. you're saying my food is smelling. Just at least I see the thing they gave me. No, my mom, African mama, come on slippers. Thank God I learnt over years to dodge. Over years. I don't know, it would have landed on my head because she really, really set it to my head.
I'm sorry, you be disfigured.
I
I
swear.
had a friend, and then we had like lots of chats. You get, and then the next thing I was hearing was that I'm difficult. Why? Because I was not giving into some principles or some rules they was bringing into the friendship. You get. So me being difficult, like me trying to not leave my principles for your own. Maybe I'd have adjusted, you get, at some point. Maybe try to do things to maybe please him since that's what he wants. But the fact that he just drew conclusions, you're being difficult. I was like, you're not seen worse. And I made sure I showed him Shege.
On the aspect of misinterpreting personalities,
Mm.
you know, people often misinterpret not having a
Um,
level of social quotient, your SQ, not being able to socialize. They will now start saying, it's an introvert, it's an introvert.
That's a lie.
It's a lie. Someone heard me speak. That was during a concert being hosted by a friend of mine, a match concert. So when I went there, after the concert, I decided to talk to people. I was just everywhere. Then someone met me. I was like, I thought you were a very quiet person, like very official. You don't talk. I made up this personality in my head for you. I was like, Amy, Amy looking like a whole me that used to talk. My character that day was actually different. So
Yeah.
that was where I discovered that I could switch personalities. Someone might be trying to pull this beautiful picture, but because you heard something about this person, when you see that thing the person is trying to do, it will read a different meaning to you. I remember something similar happened to me. There's this, I always had this picture of, up till now, I'm still fighting it, getting things from guys, even transport.
I swear.
Getting things from guys, because I had this picture
Even
of any guy who gives you something, wants something in return. So this friend of mine in school, I ran out of food stuff and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I was trying to hide it from him. He asked me, "Have you eaten?" I was like, "Yeah, I've eaten." "Oh, I will eat." I just kept moving around till
when you know that
honestly,
Sakpa
Sapa owe me like this. I was seeing Shege back to back.
Omo.
Just say, "Give me your account number." Like, this thing is still happening in this country. Honestly, he said,
This
"Give
guy
me
don
your
dey get
account
eye on
number."
me oo.
Give me your account number. I just gave him the account number and he dropped 5K. I was like, for nothing. He said, use it and get a little thing. And I know it will not last you. Like, see this one, no, did I even see 1,000 naira? I started suspecting the guy. I misunderstood his kindness and I was like, this guy certainly wants something. You don't get anything where anybody could tell me. I misinterpreted the whole thing.
How guy will just
Like,
sit down for
sit down for this kind of country. Send me 5K.
When I got into my year one, first off, the first day I had lectures, I was going for my lecture, you get, and then I saw this particular senior colleague, handsome looking guy. He is watching this that he's going to know that he's the one I'm talking about. And then there was this whole thing about him trying to get my attention. He was like, "Hi, hello." And then you know me now. I knew he was calling me, but I just plugged in my earpiece and pretended I was not hearing anything. Because the thing on my mind was this guy now, senior colleague now them they dey look for new girls to hunt and
Catch them young.
so I was now trying to avoid that scenario. In the long run, I got to find out that he was totally different. There's this misconception in Nigeria that any time a girl enters the motor and then there's a young guy inside, she's doing aproko, and aproko is actually gossip. But when I'm talking about aproko in the sexual sense, it means ashawo. Am I trying to define that word? Okay, so
everyone understands what you're trying to say.
so there's no advantage and no disadvantage. Misinterpretation is generally bad.
It's bad actually. And one thing is we should always try to communicate. I say this to people, learn to talk to someone. Don't just sit down and make up pictures and stuff like that. Don't just sit down and create images in your head about somebody.
Yeah.
And thereby getting the person wrong, especially when someone does something similar to whatever image you created in your head. Please, we should always try as much as we can to be in our right state of mind. No matter what happens, don't just jumping into conclusion.
That's why you go to school, to learn how to calm yourself
down. So whatever force used to push people into action immediately, that force should not be pushing you anyhow. You should just try. to put it under control. Be calm. Okay.
Assumption is actually
Acting
acting
on
on impulse.
And the people will be like, I'm an overthinker now. I'm an overthinker. That
We
is
think
why.
too deep.
We
We
think too
think
deep.
too deep.
We think about the left and the right, the center. We think about everything.
Front,
So
back,
that at the end of the
middle.
day, you just discover that all this you're thinking that you were overthinking.
Yeah.
It's not even what this person is.
You are trying to imagine things that are not alive.
They are not alive. Honestly.
We are trying to say that in all of this, we have seen Shege.
You're saying a whole lot.
That is why we are here today on this podcast telling you that we have seen Shege. So if you don't want to see Shege, make sure you learn how to control yourself.
Yeah.
And also learn how to not misinterpret people by controlling your impulse.
And
because
talk things out. Learn how to talk things out. That's the goal. Communicate.
I've come to the end of the Nangwa show, and thank you for watching the show with me. I am your host, Wisdom Godwin, and I'm gonna see you same time next week. And don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, Wisdom Godwin, my Facebook account, Wisdom Godwin, and my Instagram account, Wisdom Godwin. See you same time next week.